The day that never ended. This was the day that you couldn't stop seeing Mystic Brady. Namaste. Sorry that you see my big round face again. I did take my medicine, so I don't know why I have the moon face, but I did forget to take it. Oh, because I don't have any makeup on besides a little lip and a little foundation. You always have to have your foundation on. Anyhow, I promised you I'd come back, but it's freezing out. I don't have my gloves. I don't have a tissue to blow my nose. So it's not going to be that much of a long walk. Hey, look how crowded it is out here. Wait, this is exciting. A car is coming. Did you see that car come by? Wow. Anyway, what did I move to? From New York to a ghost town? Look at this action down here. This is where I feel murders took place. So we're not going to go there. Okay, we're not going to go there. Yeah, I haven't been out doing a walk and talk in a while. I'm not really happy with my hair because it's all black. Maybe a little bit of purple you could see. But it doesn't seem like purple. It seems like grayish. But I talked it over with Devin. And he's like, why don't you do the old-fashioned, go to a place and get your hair done professionally? And I said, you know what? You're right. It's not like we don't have the money for it. We have the money for me to get my hair done. My hair did once every 2 years. I just always get afraid because that person that cut my hair. So if I tell them no cutting, just highlights. I just want the highlights of the purple. But right now my bangs are so effed up that's why I wear these. Calm down. Love you. Oh, earrings of today. You like these? I bought them last night. They are crocheted. Let me give you a close-up. See them? Somebody's looking at me. Okay, they are crocheted, I'm pretty sure. And they were the last ones there. I mean, they were probably a couple of dollars. Like $5 or $4, maybe $3.99. It was Burke's, so it's all good. Is this thing running? Freezing. A lot of people out here. Okay, so this is what the memo is of the neighborhood. Nobody talk to the crazy lady that holds her phone, that talks to her phone and films as if she's walking down Hollywood Boulevard. Okay, so luckily I have one hand in my pocket and I don't have my gloves. I used to have all these when I worked in Brooklyn and Staten Island, and every coat, because it's always cold there, every coat had my gloves, and one pair had like angels on them, one pair had unicorns, one pair had I don't know, ponies on them, another pair had hearts on them, and yeah, they were all like kid gloves, but they fit my adult hands. And the kids in pre-K or the kids in kindergarten, whoever, except third graders aren't really into them. I noticed that they're too mature, so they would always like when I had those gloves on. I don't know why I'm talking about doing a dissertation thesis on my gloves that I don't have today. Anyway, I should show you my toenails. And I put on these weird pants that are my work pants because I knew it was cold out and I didn't want to wear my spandex workout pants because they're very slippery and cold. So I said, what? I don't have any in-between pants, like, because I got rid of them I just have work clothes and relaxation clothes. And the relaxation spandex pants, that wasn't going to do it. because I would be too freezing. I'm freezing already. But why not take off my shoe and show you my toenails? Because I don't have socks on. Okay, but I do have sneakers. So I'm doing good. Right, Bayo? Okay, let me show you. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. You're gonna see the other one. Wait, are you seeing this? And there's my weird pants that are high waters. I don't want the cops called on me, all right? Because I have too much to do. Okay, so yeah, nobody's gonna call the cops because nobody comes out. Look at this beautiful house. Hello. So did you see my toenails? All right. Somebody, oh, Margaret Max. She has a really good channel. I was just watching it last night. She was doing a lot of lives about Michael Joseph Vaughan, and she calls herself the Pendulum Queen. She says she watched my last video that was 7 minutes too long, and I showed you the bathroom. She said, "Are you high or are you drinking?" No, I have not touched anything yet. Last night I had one glass. Didn't work. Didn't work. I still got migraine. I still stayed awake till 3:30. Nothing worked. My muscle relaxant, my cauldron glass of wine. Anyway, something happy in 2, 3, 1. There he is, photobombed by a chicken. A 10-foot tall chicken. Hey, you know what that chicken needs? If I had any balls, I would come here at night. I'd have Devin drive me, and I'd run up on the lawn and put 4-leaf clover necklaces on him, or something for what is that called? Fat Tuesday, New Orleans, Mardi Gras. I love New Orleans so much. Shout out Nola. Okay. Anyhow, I would put all like 4-leaf clovers all over that chicken, but I don't have the balls and I don't feel like going into the jail. I haven't gone to jail by 58 in New York. I don't plan to go to jail here in a small town. Okay, anyhows, look at this block. Oh, a cool tree coming up at 4 o'clock. Look at that. That is so cool. I think is it called a Joshua tree? I don't think so. Joshua Tree was involved in a couple of the murders, missing people that I was looking for. There was a Joshua Tree. They're mainly in California, I believe, but some people have brought seeds and planted them in other states. So that's what I know about the Joshua Tree. I think it was called the prayer tree at one point. Let me know in the comments if anybody knows that. So, yeah, like I said before, I want to start showing you my artwork, and I wrote a short story, not a short, it's really short, but it's about the artwork that I just mailed out to DC, which was Jacob's Wish. And then I read it to Devin. I had a couple of errors, spelling errors, but he was like, "Did you copy that or did you just make that up yourself?" And I said, "I received it from Spirit." And he was like, "Did you copy it or did you?" And I was like, "No, it came from Spirit. When I create these collages with these pictures, the pictures aren't mine. Pictures are from magazines or from cards, tarot cards. I blow them up and then I put all the energy, and as I'm working on them, I get a thought, and I ask the canvas questions, I ask the subject questions, and I ask spirit and divine to tell me. And that's how I get it. But he wanted the short answer, which was, no, I made it up myself. That's what, he wants. So he was like, no, that was really good. So I said, well, I always try to show my artwork and tell the story behind it. Like there was a story behind Estelle. She's a hard worker. She was always waiting to be in the limelight. And then she was tired of doing that. And she just, in some ways she gave up. In other ways she changed her direction. And God helped her. And in the end, she was in the limelight among the sunflowers and the sun and God's son. Not his son, Jesus, but Jesus is around us all. Oh, that's what I want to tell you. And I will be doing a video on this if I could fit it in. Okay. Before I tell you that, let me tell you some other good news. Remember how I wasn't being paid for the past 6 years for having a master's degree? And for having a separate license to teach grades 1K through 6, and then a separate license to teach pre-K by itself, and then another license that's pre-K through 1 and 2. And because I had that separate license, I was able to beat out when I was going to transfer to Brooklyn. I worked in 4th grade for a year, and I was supposed to get the pre-K the first year I went there, but I didn't. So I said, okay, I'll wait, like I do for everything. And then when it came up, the reason why I was given it, and there was about 8 people that worked at the school for many, many years. This is probably why they hated me. And they worked at the school for a lot of years, and they tried to beat me out on the job, and I thought they were going to win, and I was just going to be in 4th grade again. But because I had the separate license, and they didn't, in your face, okay? But the reason why I got that separate license is many, many years ago, when I was in the Board of Ed, which is located in Brooklyn, Bank Street, Court Street, when you had to go get your sub-license and other licenses, you had to wait on these lines. Sometimes the lines had 60 people on them. Sometimes you had to, oh, that's so cool. Oh my gosh. Happy 90th birthday, Dad. I gotta show you this action. I want somebody to do that for me. Where do you buy it? If I'm walking funny, it's because I got a rock in my shoe. Ow. Isn't that cool? I want this. Card my yard. You see that, guys? You see that? That's so nice. Look at that. He was in the Air Force. I got a rock in my shoe, but I'm afraid to empty out my shoe because people might think I'm trying to show my toenails again, but I have to do it. Oh, it's still in there. Sorry about the chin exposure. Anyhow, so what I'm trying to get at in a roundabout way, and I really should make this short. Hey, guys, at least I'm walking 15 minutes. What I'm trying to get at is things happen in your life. You don't even realize God is intervening, not interfering, intervening into your life. So what he did was, I'm standing there and I was scared because I'm sure I was alone. Yeah, I was alone. And one time I went there, or 2 times I went there, I was like 6 months pregnant with my daughter. And I needed to go there to do something with my license, or maybe just even take the sub test. And so I'm standing on lines, and I'm scared because things were never easy for me. Like, I didn't just graduate college and directly get into the Board of Ed. I didn't know anybody, and so I did a lot of subbing. Hey, look, I started out subbing, and I ended up subbing. Okay, who subs so much? Like Devin, he never subbed one day. And I said, how did you do that? He was born in Brooklyn, and he became a teacher by 21. And somebody knew him and put him right in the high school. Somebody from his high school that he went to, or just in the neighborhood, and he was like, you want a job? You got a job. Boom. But I never subbed before. That's okay. Boom. Me, you have to wait till you're 37 years old. Anyway, it doesn't matter because God was putting things in place. So this lady says to me, what are you online for? I said, the license. I want to sign up and pay. You had to pay for it. After all the school and all the tests and everything, if you passed, you had to sign up and pay for that said license if they saw all your transcripts and everything was in order. So I go, she goes, well, what grade are you thinking about? Even though you don't really get the grade you want. And I said, anywhere from, I actually liked the older grades when I was younger. But I said anywhere from K through 6 would be good. So she goes, we don't have that one. We have 1 through 6. And I was like, okay, so I'll take that one. That sounds good. Even though I didn't want to touch 6th grade. But I did touch it. Okay. That didn't sound right. Right. I did have to sub for 6th grade, 7th grade, and 8th grade. Torture. Anyway, those days are behind me. Not in front of me, behind me. So, somebody is calling me. Is that you, Ruby? I'm doing a walk and talk. I don't know why people like my walk and talks and my car talks. But anyhow, probably because you want me to exercise, because you don't want me to be a fatty. Only kidding. I'm not putting myself down. Or am I? Listen, I joke with myself, but I do love myself. I appreciate what God gave me. So, this lady says to me, we got 1 through 6. I said, okay, I'll take that. She goes, well, hey, excuse me. I said, yes. Because they are real mean to you there. So you had to be careful, because if you were mean back, or they just took a dislike to you, people that worked in the Board of Ed, circa 1987 till about 2000s. And to this day, there's still a few of them there. When you even call there, you're never going to get through. So I said, I was trying to be nice, but I was also scared, trying to be a little tough. But I don't know if that was coming across too well. Maybe she felt bad for me because she saw the belly. And, look at this idiot. She's like 7 months pregnant. And she's trying to get into the Board of Ed, work as a teacher. So maybe she thought that was like ambitious. Look at her. She's still trying to get into the Board of Ed. Anyway. And don't forget, I graduated in 1985. So this is 2 years later that I'm still not in the Board of Ed. Anyhow, she says, why don't you go for the K through 2 license? And I said, I could do that? And she goes, for another $33.45 you can. I was like, okay. And I don't even think I had that much money. I didn't have a credit card back then. Yeah, I didn't have a credit card till I turned 26. And my ex-husband said, all right, you could have a credit card, but it's under my name, and just don't use it, okay? Don't you? And trust me, when I bought my sister's, I was my sister's maid of honor. I was the only one in her wedding party, and I bought a dress, and it was $75. That was in 1990 something. And he gets the bill, and he had a fit. I was like, I'm buying. Why couldn't she buy it for you? I go, she's buying her own dress. She's my sister. He's like, well, you spent so much money on this dress. I was like, boy, bye. 24 years later, boy, bye. Anyway, thank God Devin's never like that. So anyhow, I'm sitting in the Board of Ed. I'm pregnant. I'm thinking about how am I going to find my way home. I would have to get a cab or a bus because I couldn't take the subway by myself, although I did, to the ferry and then get back to Staten Island that way, take a boat. And yeah, I don't think anybody picked me up. I'm not sure how I got home, to tell you the truth. It was an amazing deal that I went pregnant. So anyhow, I must have had the money. I must have had cash with me. Maybe my friend Joan told me, take a lot of money with you because there's going to be all these different fees and you don't want to have to go back. So she was right about that. But I had no credit card at all. So another story is, she said, while you're getting the license, I'm sorry if this is boring, but it's part of my memoir, my verbal vlog. While you're getting the K through 6 license, then you're going to get the kindergarten K 1 to 6, then kindergarten 1 and 2. They always change it so because they want to bring in more money. And then she goes, you might as well go for the pre-K. And I was like, she goes, do you like pre-K? I was like, I like anything. I want a job eventually, after I have the baby and sometime in the realm. When that baby, I didn't get into the Board of Ed permanently till that baby in my belly was 13. Okay, or 12. She was 12. Anyhow, yeah, was she 12? Yeah, she was 12. But I just continued working as a sub and whatnot. So I said, there is a specialized pre-K license? She goes, yeah, and only those who have it, you could beat out somebody in a job. If you have that specific license, you could get that job. If say 5 people are up for this job and one person worked in the job for like 8 years and they don't have the license, but you do, you'll get that job. You know what? It was like God was talking to her, this woman, to tell me. And I was like, I looked at her and I was like, thinking in my head, I'm not too fast. I was like, she's trying to help me. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, that sounds good. I'll do that. How much is that one? So that was another few bucks. So I don't know how much it all cost. Maybe it was all $150 maybe altogether. But I got those specialized licenses. And so what I'm trying to tell you is, the good news is I'm finally being paid after 7 years here working. It'll be 7 years in December, I guess. 6.5, whatever. I'm finally getting paid for having a master's degree and for having a permanent lifetime license. They don't even do that in Texas. In Texas, you have to take a test and be reevaluated. You have to be reevaluated every friggin' day in New York. But you have to be reevaluated and take a test. And there is no lifetime licenses here. It's like every year you renew your contract if your principal wants you to. And I'm like, oh, hell nah, I'm not putting up with that. This girl has been through too much. This dude over here has been through too much. I'm not doing the whole starting over my life. I really like subbing, and I especially like that I know these kids since they're kindergartners. Some of them were in pre-K, and I don't really have the 4th or 5th grade anymore, but I see them. They come up to me sometimes. They say, hey, Miss Brady, how you doing? They give me a hug. How come you never sub in my class? And it's a really good feeling, and then I know it's all divine timing. It's all what God wants you, where God wants you to be at, where He wants you to be. Hey, a week ago today, me and Devin were in a hotel. No. Yeah, Devin was like, oh, I thought you were going to hang out with me. And I was like, this isn't last week. This isn't last weekend. Last weekend was your weekend. We can't do those weekends every week. He was like, yeah, we could pretend we're at the hotel when we're at our house. I said, no, we can't. At the house, we have my stepson. At the house, we have the dogs. At the house, we have dirty bathrooms that I have to clean up, and I hang it over my head. Yeah, I didn't finish the big one yet, but I'm not putting the pressure on myself. You know why? Last night when I couldn't sleep and I was Netflixing, and that takes me to another thing I'm going to tell you guys. Hey, 26 minutes. It's almost at a 30. My hands are frozen. Okay, they're frozen. Shh. I'll have to do some affirmations for carpal tunnel. 1 second. Remember, I don't have a tissue, so I can't breathe out. I can't blow out. Oh, prayers up for my sister Karen. She is sick. I'm not going to say what's happening. She's going to have another surgery done. And so if we could pray for my sister. She's an Aries. And I won't say her birthday. She probably doesn't want me to say her birthday. Anyway, please pray for my sister. I told her some affirmations, but she couldn't see it because she just got eye surgery too. I sent it over, and then she said, I can't see it. Everything's blurry because she's got to she has macular degeneration, and she has to get the other eye done. But she's having an operation in the sacral chakra, kidney. But also, anybody having trouble with their kidneys, yes, the color is orange, but also the color is solar plexus, because your kidneys and your gallbladder, this is what they tell me, your kidneys and your gallbladder are related somehow. And I'm not a doctor by trade, okay? I'm just talking metaphysically. So prayers up for my sister Karen, and look what I just saw, a sign. You see that feather? Thank you, Mommy. That's from my mom. I can feel that. So God bless my sister Karen. I know she's going to be okay. I asked her if she wanted me to fly in to Jersey, and she said no. That, her husband Jimmy, my brother-in-law Jimmy, takes great care of her, and also her son Jimmy lives there. He helps out a lot too. But I could still go. I could still jump on 2 planes and get over there in 8 hours or less, if it's a good one. Anyway, if everybody, the power of prayer is really important. So please pray for her. And also prayers up for Ruby, my soul sister Ruby, because Ruby has I thought she had strep throat, but she has ear infection and I think a throat infection, and she's getting on antibiotics. But I told her, stay home from work. The doctor will write you a note for 2 days, because you're not going to feel good if you feel like there's a knife in your ear and there's glass in your throat. And you just feel tired. You just need to rest. Anyway, Ooh, it is cold. And I know I lost my place in whatever the frig I was saying. And a lot of people get mad at that, but they know I'm coming from my heart. So, and my soul. So let me see. I don't know if I'm going to be able to stay in the unheated pool room, but we'll see. I want to show you my shirt because it's really like my nails. You see that? It's a yin and yang. You see that? You might be able to see it. I might have to do things in the house because I'm about cold. But at least I did something on my list. I carried through with something on my list. And I didn't go to the post office yet, Ruby. So prayers up for Ruby. Soul sister Ruby. Prayers up for my beautiful sister that's a nurse, Karen. And just like everybody, do the affirmations. Listen to, if you can't see Karen, listen to Jason Stevenson, sacral chakra, or anything about your sacral chakra. She wears a lot of orange. She drinks gallons of lemon water. So that's not the problem, but hopefully the doctor can fix it. But she could also meditate, say what I told her is something happened in childhood. When you have any kind of kidney problems, kidney stones, it's old anger, old hurts, metaphysically speaking. So you gotta let go of, realize something happened as a child and let go of it. Come to terms with it and know it's not happening now. And you are innocent and you can move on. And if you could forgive them, that even better. Or whoever hurt you. But sometimes it's just like things we don't understand and we're holding it in and just like forget about it. Oh, forget about it. Well, I'm mad because this or that happened, but let me bury it. Then that's how we get the stones. Okay, I've had plenty of them. They are very painful, more painful than birth. And they would always leave me with them. They would never like hit them with the laser. Now they hit her with the laser, but they didn't get everything that they wanted to do. So she's got to do the cystology thing, and it sounds very painful. So hopefully they'll give her some medicine. Anyhow, and the thing is, I was reading about turmeric, and because I went back on turmeric, but just once a day. I wasn't taking it twice a day, but maybe I should take it twice a day. But they said turmeric actually leaves some deposits in the kidneys, so hence not being great for the kidneys. But I guess if you don't have any kidney problem, you just